Now hiring. Urgently seeking one temporary chef willing to pay. Look, Traveler, an urgent hiring notice and they're paying top more too! Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. You're right, it is strange. Do you think something happened to Yanxiao? Cause that guy barely lets anyone ever set foot in his kitchen. Doesn't exactly. The notice says interested parties should go upstairs and talk to the innkeeper Huayan. Should we go and see what's up? Yeah, and we can ask about the paywall.
Boss, there's really no need for this. It's just a little burn, that's all. It won't get—
Perhaps not, but continuing to work will only hinder your recovery. You need to rest for a few days. We'll figure something out.
Huayan! Yanxiao!
Oh? Traveler and Paimon! What brings you to this neck of the woods?
And we decided to come check out. Check out?
I knew we shouldn't have posted that notice. It's really nothing to worry about. I'm fine.
How kind of you. My thanks to you both. And thanks on Yanxiao's behalf, too.
Oh, all right. Well, basically, we had a lot of guests pouring in for the lantern rite. Things got busy, I started rushing, and I ended up accidentally Well, you know what they say. Play with fire long enough, and you're bound to get burned. Even the best chefs slip up.
Now, I don't want you pushing yourself.
But the lantern rite's only just finished. And plus, lots of the guests are visiting from other nations. We can't just bring in some random chef off the street. We have a reputation.
Listen to you. Anyone would think that, but he's not wrong. Yanxiao was one of the favorites in the Masterful Chefs tournament. No matter—
I don't mean to boast, but any chef of my caliber probably has their own restaurant to look after. It's not going to be easy to find someone who's got the skills and has the time to help us out.
Looks like we might have to increase the—
Do we know anyone that's a good chef and has the time to help out? Oh, of course, yeah!
Oh, right. Yes. Now I think about it, I do recall hearing good things about your cooking ability. I suppose I'd added you to my—
Why are you even keeping a mental list?
Maybe a story for another time. More importantly, I'm sure Yanxiao would be comfortable leaving his kitchen in your—
Well, since it's you.
What do you think, Traveler? Should we do it?
I did say that, didn't I? Well, I'm a man of my word.
I should warn you, that cooking for customers is quite a different ballgame from cooking for yourself, so
Oh, so he's not leaving the kitchen?
I believe there's some spare kitchenware here at the inn. Boss, would you mind?
Of course, of course. Whew. All done. Come, take a look. This was made with your measurements in mind. Ah, it's nothing. A little handicraft and elbow grease goes a long way.
You really went to all the trouble of building a new stovetop? What was wrong with the original? Boy, you really hate when people...
No, it's nothing like that. As Boss always says, hire who you trust and trust who you hire. I just thought the original setup might be a little, tall for you. Anyway, as I was saying, cooking for guests is different from cooking for yourself. Not only do you have to execute on taste, or having the right equipment is a big part of that. Ill-suited equipment doesn't just make the job more tiring, it also slows you down. And paying customers don't have unlimited... Sometimes cooking is all about being well prepared. That's how you ensure...
Okay, and what about precision?
Precision all comes down to using your eyes. Where to slice into a particular cut of meat, how much oil... When you cook for yourself, you can always add salt if it's too bland or add water if it's too salty. You can tweak the taste as you go, but in a restaurant, there's not that much room for trial and error.
Worst case scenario, Paimon can deal with any subpar dishes by making sure they get properly disposed of.
The final thing you have to focus on is consistency. You have to be able to handle the most challenging orders with the same level of technique and skill as the easiest ones. This is particularly important. You have to cater to their own dietary needs while also giving them the opportunity to...
Just last...
Don't worry. Matter of fact, someone as well-traveled as you may even... And of course, I'll be around to help you over the next few days. I don't think we'll have any trouble making...
Where do you want to go next?
Just what will we come across this?
There's no time to lose, so let's get started. I imagine you probably have a good hand...
Oh, Paimon's memory... Which ticket are we on again? Table 1 was onions, but no chilies. Table 2 was chilies, but no onions. And table 3 was... Table 3 was... chilies, but... Hold the... Was Paimon just sleep floating? We didn't even get a break in the middle. Paimon's brain is turned to mush, is it all?
No, but this is peak season. You both did a mighty fine job for your first time serving guests at the inn. Luckily, all our customers were familiar faces this time around, so we didn't get any strange requests.
No strange request? Someone asked for almond tofu drizzled in soy sauce. Even Paimon has their...
It's a wide world out there. People have all kinds of different tastes. Being able... Also, the thing about requests is that they're usually very specific. So as long as you do what...
Excuse me. Are you still open?
Huh? Paimon knows that voice.
What should we do? It doesn't look like anyone's here.
It's all right. If we start building a campfire now, we'll be eating before too long.
Right. Besides, if anyone's to blame, it's Linny. So busy.
Linny, Lynette, Fremine, it is
Paimon? So, is the Traveler here?
Traveler, Paimon! What a nice.
Paimon was gonna say the same thing! Anyway, so that's how we ended up here. But what about you guys? Don't tell her.
No, quite the opposite, actually. We're in Liyue on vacation, and while we're here, I thought a cultural.
Father said we deserve some rest after everything that happened recently. Otherwise, it could jeopardize our next mission.
It's not every day we get this kind of opportunity. Linny thought it might.
We could hardly pass up the opportunity to watch a Liyue-style magic show.
In our time here, we've seen conjuring tricks incorporated.
So, we decided to stay here for a few more days to see what other forms of. We visited Granny Roshin in Chingsa village not long ago, and today we continued our cultural tour in the area around here.
In the end, though, we lost track of time. We haven't even eaten.
And speaking of eating, as you know, seafood is a big part of both Liyue and we simply had to try some local seafood after coming all this way.
Oh, need any recommendations?
That fish one with the misleading name. Sounds bland, but it's drowning in hot chilies.
Oh, you mean blackback perch soup? You're right, the name doesn't give much.
It looked and smelled so appetizing that Lynette took a huge mouthful, blissfully unaware that she was about to set her mouth on fire. She could barely speak for the.
Luckily, that wasn't
What? Aren't you guys hungry too?
Yes, I'm ready to eat. Traveler, I'm afraid we'll have to send you back to the kitchen now. Good question. I doubt we'll be able to decipher the menu, so why don't you recommend something?
One more thing.
I thought the blackback.
And now that you know it's spicy, you won't be caught off guard, right? Why don't we give it an.
Once was more than enough.
I thought the black.
And now that you know it's spicy, you won't be.
Once was more.
Fontaine, huh? No wonder they can't handle too much spice. Still, if we make the food too bland, they might as well be eating back home. There's this crab and shrimp stir-fry I know that could work. It's quite heavily seasoned, but it's a lot milder than it looks.
Ooh, that sounds perfect!
Well, this is where it gets interesting. They call it the Palace Jewels. The crab roe is supposed to look like pearls of gold, and the shrimp meat like chunks. Here's the recipe. When you're ready...
Could it be true? What I've heard? Could it be true? What I heard.
Crab roe like pearls of gold.
Sorry for the wait. This dish is called the Palace Jewels. Enjoy.
Hmm.
Ah, yes. We meant to say, you two must be tired after a long day of work.
Oh, now that you mention it, Paimon is a little hungry. Well, if you insist, then who are we to refuse? Oh, right, of course. You're still our customers.
The sauce looks a little overpowering.
According to Leowick custom, it's probably good table manners to let someone else go first.
Looks delicious, traveler. I guess I'll dig in.
What is it? Do you need some water?
No, it's delicious. The flavor is so pure. It's drenched in sauce, but somehow it just enhances the natural.
What is that?
Yep, you have quite the palate, Lynette.
No wonder it pairs so well with the shrimp meat. I've never seen it prepared this way before.
According to the creator, chewy crab complements succulent shrimp, making a spectacular seafood ensemble with a succulent flavor. And the crab roe glitters like pearls of gold, and the shrimp shines like chunks of jade. Hence its name, the
So that's where the name comes from.
Was Paimon always this well spoken?
This dish must be right up your alley, Lynette. Huh?
It's half gone already? When did that happen?
I heard that in Liyue. The biggest compliment you can pay to the chef is to leave a clean plate. It's delicious. Thank you ever so much.
Wait, don't fight over it! Hey, leave some for Paimon!
I think I'm finally getting the hang of chopsticks. Yeah. Well, Linny and Lynette picked it up in no time. Oh, speaking of chopsticks, in one of the
Could it be true? What I've heard.
Lynette's not usually so forthcoming about what she likes. But this time, well, she's expressed it in more ways than one. Or maybe your cooking is simply too delicious to resist. The next time our paths cross in Fontaine, you'll have to fire up your cooking skills for my other siblings as well. How does that sound, oh great master chef? Oh yeah? Well then.
Let me guess where you're from.
Calorie surplus detected. Digestion mode engaged. Yeah. Well, Linny and I are usually careful about what we eat because we have to stay in performance shape. But once in a while, it's nice to treat yourself in the company of family. Besides, if I'd waited until my brothers were finished trying to outpolite each other, the food would have gone cold.